Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It is DWOOD here, and today we are going to be recreating this Kvn.luong look. I think it's super pretty. It's a really easy look to do, but it has that effect. You know, it gives what it needs to give. I think the eyes are super simple but really sexy at the same time. I did go ahead and pop in some colored contacts just to kind of, you know, give the look a little extra pizzazz. If you're interested, definitely be sure to check the description box. I'll have all the information on these contacts here, as well as a code. If this is your first time here, definitely be sure to click that subscribe button. I do soft glam looks all of the time, literally like 99% of the time it's a soft glam look. So if that's something that you're interested, definitely be sure to join my little family here. I'm gonna go ahead and stop rambling so that we can get into this face, get into this look. Definitely be sure to subscribe, leave a comment down below, and of course give the video a big thumbs up, and I will see y'all in the next clip. Alrighty guys, so I've already prepped my skin just to save a little bit of time. I'm gonna do my foundation. It's my typical foundation routine. I haven't changed anything about it. I'm also starting with my brows already on, and if you guys are curious to see how I do my brows, I do have a full brow tutorial on my channel, and I'll link it in the cards if you want to check it out, which I definitely think that you should. So the look that we're doing today, the skin looks really glowy and really bronzy. I'm doing like two of his looks kind of put together. And again, this is an inspired video, so it's not gonna look just like his work. I'm just very inspired. The eyes are like super peachy but neutral and natural at the same time. First of all, y'all, I think I need to move my mirror a little closer because your girl can't see. So once foundation is on, we're gonna go ahead and get into our concealer. Now, his clients always look super highlighted and super bronzy at the same time. So that's what I'm gonna kind of go for today, that really highlighted, which I already like a highlighted effect, super bronzy look. This is the Beauty Blender Bounce Concealer. I've been loving this stuff lately. I'm using the Real Techniques setting brush to blend all of this out. I'm starting on my forehead just so I can give my under eyes some time to dry down a bit more. Whenever I'm blending out concealer, I always like to keep my foundation brush near, just in case I need to use it to kind of help me blend out the edges a bit more. So I am going to do cream blush today. I'm going to do the brighter concealer after we do our cream blush. I don't want anything too pinky or anything too red or anything too orange, if that makes sense. Anytime I do cream blush, I like to do way more than what I think I'm gonna need, because this stuff blends out, and if you didn't put enough, then you'll just have to keep going back in to build up the pigmentation. I'm gonna go back in with my foundation brush just to kind of blend out the edges a bit. So this is looking super crazy, but trust me, you have to trust the process. You gotta trust me, and then you gotta trust the process. All right, so I'm gonna go in with the concealer that's a bit brighter, just to really amp it up. So while we're letting this dry down, we're gonna go ahead and do our bronze tour, which is basically like a bronzer, my version of like a bronzer and a contour mixed together. So today I'm gonna be using, I literally always use this product. I'm going to be using the Hydrating Camo Concealer in the color Rich Ebony. And to blend this out, I'm going to use the same brush that we use for our blush. I'm just going to wipe it off a bit. Whenever I want to blend anything on my forehead or near my edges, I always grab a small brush just to avoid a lot of makeup getting in my hair. I mean, it's makeup and it's light hair and dark colors, so you know, 99% of the time makeup is going to get in my hair. But if I can just avoid my hair looking brown and caked up with stuff, so Kevin's work is always super bronzy, so that's really what I want to go for today. I want to look like I just came off somebody's beach, off somebody's resort. Whenever I want to use the same brush for two different products, I just keep a cloth down and I just wipe my brush off in between, just so I'm not mixing the colors back and forth. Or if you feel like you have too much product on your brush, you can always just wipe that brush off and keep it pushing, girl. So when I'm highlighting, I really like to keep it really nice and tight in this area here, just so that it doesn't get out of hand and then my whole face just looks light. So for some reason, I guess because it's winter time and my skin, like my nose just keeps deciding it wants to peel, I've really been into using like a whole bunch of cream products on my face. And I found that the way you prep your skin is super important. So if my skin looks like super glowy, it's because I have like mega prepped my skin. So this looks really good as is, but I'm gonna further highlight. For this step, I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. concealer in the color Medium Warm. It's the same concealer that we used for our bronze tour. And I'm being like really strategic with this because I don't wanna blend this out too far. I really wanna keep my blush and my bronzer. I really wanna keep everything as is. I'm gonna start off with my forehead, because I want most of the coverage underneath my eyes. Taking my foundation brush just to blend out those harsh edges. To blend out this highlight here on my nose, I'm gonna use a smaller brush. Right? When it comes to under eye concealer, I always recommend patting in the concealer versus swiping it. You get more pigment when you just tap to blend versus swiping to blend, and it just looks 10 times smoother. I love this little brush right here, but I have no clue what it is. It just blends like if I were to just be using my finger. I think that looks chef kiss amazing. Like, do y'all see the skin though? I know you see it. I know you see it. So now that we have a flawless base, let's go ahead and set this before things start to crease. Now to set my under eye, I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Pro Filter powder in the color Hazelnut. And I'm using a brush for this step because I don't want to pack on too much product, because I want to bake later. I remember there was a time where I used to hate baking, and then I just started liking it again. That's how I am with makeup. Like one day I'll really hate something like with all my heart and just swear I would never do it. And then the next day I'm like, oh my God, my life has changed. I'm annoying. So you can see I'm not putting too much powder at all, because I have other powders that I want to lay on top of this. And if I go in with a lot of powder at one time, it's just gonna start to look really cakey really fast. And so this noise that you guys are hearing, that's me tapping off my brush, right? Because when you just pick up the product, look how much powder is on that brush. And then once you start to tap it off, it just knocks off some of that powder. So for me, this powder here just kind of helps me knock off some of the shininess and the greasiness from all of my foundation, concealer, blush, bronzer, like all of that, it's all creamy, so it just makes your skin. And with my skin prep, I use a lot of creams and a lot of oils, and I even did like some moisturizing eye patches, so my skin was already like very moisturized to begin with. And then all the moisturizing products that I put on top of it, your skin will start to look a bit oily. So this powder is just me kind of knocking down some of those oils. I'm not putting too much of this powder because I still want my face to be glowy at the same time. Like in Kevin's picture, the girl's face was still quite glowy. Now we have completely different face shapes, so I have to kind of cater the look to me, and I can't just do exactly what I see because it won't translate that well. Alrighty, so for blush, we're actually gonna go in with something different. Y'all know I'm a blush whore. So this is the Spice Market blush palette from Sephora. Looks like this, super pretty palette. So there's an orange shade in here, this one right here, and it's actually quite shimmery, so I'm gonna be very light-handed with this, and I'm really gonna apply it more so at the top of my cheekbones. And y'all know me, we can always go in with more blush if needed. So this is definitely super glowy and super juicy looking. So I want to go on top of this with Exhibit A from NARS. Y'all, I swear I try not to use this every freaking video, but I just can't help it. It's just way too good. If you know, then you just know. If you are dark skinned and you don't know, you need to know. Get this stuff. I promise you it will change your life. NARS Exhibit A. Yeah, there we go. That looks really freaking good. Like, are y'all seeing what I'm seeing? Because that looks so good. OMG. Alrighty, y'all. So let's get into these eyes. Alrighty, so to prime our eyes, I'm going to put the smallest bit of concealer. This is the same concealer that we used underneath our eyes, the Beauty Blender concealer. I'm going to use my same Real Techniques brush to blend this out. And then I'm going to set this with the Fenty powder that we use underneath our eyes. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is create a crease for myself because I really don't have the same eye shape that the model has. So today we're going to be working out of the James Charles palette. This palette just has every color and it's really easy for me to use. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and dip into this dark brown shade here. And I'm going to use that color to create a crease for myself. And I'm also going to use it to start my nose contour. So to blend this out, I'm just wiping off my brush and using it to feather out any harsh lines. So for that outer corner color, we're going to use this orange shade here in the James Charles palette. And I'm also going to mix it with this other orange here, because I want the colors to actually show up on my skin. So you can start to see that orange building up nicely. And I'm going to wing it out a little bit and place it in the same area we placed that dark brown. And then I'm going to use the same brush that we used to create our crease and dip into this really, really pale yellow here. And we're going to use that as our lid color. Again, because I'm not her complexion or I don't have her eye shape, we have to kind of finesse so that we get the same effect. I'm really making sure to pack this on nice and even. And I'm also using the tip of the brush to give my eye a bit more shape and open it up some. And then I'm going to take a flat shader brush and a black eyeshadow, and I'm going to use it to smoke out my lash line just a bit. I do want to wing this out just a little bit. This looks so pretty though. So I'm gonna use a black eyeshadow on a very, very small pencil brush. And I don't want this to be too precise. And I'm slowly winging that out. For the bottom lash line, it looks like he used brown and the same orangey brownie shades on the bottom as well. I'm just gonna use a dark brown with that same shader brush as my eyeliner. I'm gonna use that same dark brown shade to blend this out a little bit further. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna go ahead and wipe off my lip balm because we're about to do our lip, and then we'll do mascara and then finishing touches. Again, I have to make this work for my skin, so I kind of have to finesse the color a little bit. I'm gonna start with a dark brown liner. This is Morphe Trendsetter. And then I'm gonna blend this out with the lip brush. So I actually don't have a peachy lipstick that works with the look that we're trying to go for. So I'm actually just mixing it with eyeshadows. And I mixed a pink, an orange, and a yellow to get the color that I'm working with so far. And I actually do this a lot. Whenever I don't have a lipstick shade that I'm trying to recreate, I just mix it. So it really helps to add the pink in there so that it's not too orange. And then what I'm doing is going on top of that with just a yellow, so that when I put my gloss on, it doesn't make it darker than what I want, right? Before we do our gloss, we're actually going to bake. And for this, I'm gonna be using the RCMA No Color Powder, a fave. Literally, if you're dark skinned and you like baking, you need to get this. And this powder, I like to do it with a brush so that I don't add too much powder and then it's hard to sweep away. And for gloss today, we're gonna be doing the Hourglass Gloss by MAC in the color Things I Hate About You. And if it starts to look a little too pink, I'm gonna take the same brush that I used to apply the eyeshadow to my lips with and deepen it a little. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and sweep away all of this madness on our face, and we're gonna go ahead and do any finishing touches. Now the girl in the photo had freckles. If you are dark skinned, I mean any complexion really, but I'm speaking for all my dark skinned girls, my dark skinned sisters. If you are dark skinned and you want to bake your face, or you like the look, because honestly I like having white powder underneath my eye, like it just makes me feel like I'm actually doing my makeup. I don't know, it's weird. Sometimes I really like baking and sometimes I hate it and I think it's so stupid. But right now I'm in a phase where I really do like it. And if you are dark skinned, listen to me. If you don't listen to nothing else I tell you, go get this powder, because you can use it and it does not give you any flashback. It makes the under eye smooth. It's lightweight. It doesn't feel cakey. You know how some powders are just like, ooh, chow, I'm looking like a grandma right now. Girl, it look like I'm ashy and it's powder. Hold on. So we're gonna do mascara and then we should be done. Why is everything so hard to open? And this is the finished look. Wait, we didn't spray our face. All right, so today to spray my face, I'm using the rose water from InStyle Skin Essentials. I would actually suggest spraying your face before mascara because that can get real messy real quick. Alrighty, y'all, so this is the finished look. It's giving. You know, I wish I had an actual lip for you guys, an actual lip combo for you guys, but unfortunately I just don't have anything in my collection that would go with the vibe and also fit my complexion. When I do my own makeup, I work from my own little makeup bag, so my selection is very limited, but when I'm at the office working on clients and everything, I have like a full selection. So this lip would have definitely been something I could have created if I had like my actual professional kit, but I don't. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for sticking around and dealing with all my little shenanigans. Of course, don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you like the look, if you like the video. Tell me your favorite part of the look. I think my favorite part is actually this area here. So not like the whole eye, but like the lash and like the haziness. I just really love that aspect. And like the bottom lashes, I love it. And then I pop the colored contacts in and it just... So that is all I have for you guys today. Thank y'all so much, and I will see y'all in the next video.